Good afternoon. My name is Jim Miguel, and I am the fire chief in the city of Provo, and I welcome you to Fire Station number 2. We would like to take you through the plans for the new fire station that will be built as a result of the capital facilities bond that was passed last November. We had an open house where the community was able to come, take a look at the plans, kind of hear the plan and weigh in on the aesthetics of the building. And so what we'd like to do is, for those that may have missed that, we'd like to take you through the building. Here we have an architect's rendering of what the fire station will look like. Now, there may be slight changes to this, but we're very excited about what the architect has put together for us for this fire station. This is actually the most modern fire station that, and big changes have taken place since we built the fire station more than 15 years ago. In the floor plan here, we'd like to start on the bottom level. And what you see in this great big gray area, this is our apparatus floor. This is where our vehicles will be stored. There is about the same amount of space, but it is actually more efficiently laid out. We will have 2 bays where we're able to store our smaller vehicles. We'll have our ambulance, our brush fire truck, a reserve ambulance. We have in this station, we have some 4-wheel drive vehicles for our mountain rescue up both of our canyons, and this is kind of where our mountain rescue team works out of, so we will have adequate storage for that. One of the things that we're most excited about is a decontamination envelope that has been built into this fire station. There are many studies that are taking place right now that talk about the frequencies that firefighters are getting cancer. And some of the larger studies say that firefighters have a 2 to 2.5 times a chance, or a better chance, of getting cancer. And we wear our breathing apparatus. We've done everything we can. It used to be that lung cancer was the way that firefighters got cancer, the contaminants through inhalation. Now the studies are showing that the contaminants, the carcinogens, are actually entering our body through our skin. We go to a fire, all of our pores open because we're hot, we're sweating, and then the contamination or the carcinogens enter through our skin. When we're done, we get our pores closed as we get cooled off, and that stuff is then in our body. So first thing we're doing is you will see us do a better job of a decontamination at the fire scene. You'll see us being hosed off, making sure that we take as little of that contaminant onto the fire engine as possible. Then when we get to the station, before we ever pull into the station, we have the opportunity to go through a gross decontamination where we can take off our clothes, our turnout clothes, all of the stuff that has been exposed to the carcinogens. We can take that off there, and again, in the decontamination area, we can get cleaned up. We'll have our washers and dryers here, our special extractors for our turnout clothing. That's our fire gear. We'll have washers and dryers, but we will get a significant amount of the carcinogens, the gunk, off of us. Then we have right off the apparatus floor, we have what we call a mud room, and that is a shower area where we can actually do a more thorough decontamination of us by getting into a shower and using the proper soaps and those kinds of things so that we can get those contaminants off of our skin. The idea is that no clothing or nothing on our body that is a contaminant makes it out of this area here. Nothing goes upstairs to our living areas. And so we have everything very conveniently located. We have our decontamination area. This is what's called our turnout storage, and that is our protective clothing. We refer to that as our turnouts. That is all stored there. It is stored in an environment that is it's a negative pressure environment that is vented to the outside, scrubbed and vented to the outside. And then we have some of our work areas. We have a shop. We're constantly working on tools, chainsaws, different types of tools that we have. We're constantly cleaning and making sure those are functioning. We have storage. We have EMS storage, which is all of our EMS supplies. It needs to be a climate controlled area. We have a janitor's closet and our communications equipment. That's for our dispatches and for our radios and for all of our information technology, wiring, and that kind of stuff. And so that is kind of the bottom floor, and that's kind of our work area. Then as we move upstairs, we come up here, and there are two ways to get upstairs from the back of the apparatus bay. You come upstairs, and as you come up here, you can see that we have six dorm rooms, 3 restrooms, and a couple of offices. At any given time, we'll have no less than 4 firefighters on duty, typically no more than 6 out here, but more likely 5 or 4. We also are paramedic preceptors for our local paramedic program. So we have students that come and spend our shifts with us. They'll spend 48 hours in a row with us going on medical calls, and our paramedics are preceptors so that they can get the skills signed off so that they then can take the paramedic test, and they can become licensed accredited paramedics. Here we also have our office space. We have our kitchen, dining area, a fitness area. This fire department is very, very serious about their physical fitness, about staying fit enough to do the job and staying healthy enough to be able to enjoy life after the fire service. We have a patio area, and it is designed we can go out and do fitness on the patio area, go out, and there'll be a barbecue out there and some creature comforts. That actually faces east, which is where the mountains are. So the architect took one look at this property up here and just knew that you had to capture the beauty of the mountains, and we are actually very excited about that. When we move over to the plot plan, a couple of things that we want to talk about. First of all, this lot that you see here is the current lot which the entire fire station is located on. This lot was acquired many years ago when the house next door was to be sold and torn down. This lot was acquired, and we knew at some point we would be rebuilding this fire station, and so they planned to have the lot next door. So we've done a couple of things that are very, I think, interesting and give us utilize the space as effectively as possible. The first one is that we have turned the fire station at a 90-degree angle to the street. Canyon Road is a difficult street to pull out onto. It is especially difficult when we are approaching it at a more difficult angle, trying to see back to the northeast. So now we approach it at a 90-degree angle, so seeing to our left or looking to our east is much easier than it would. We are also in conversation about what kind of warning signals we will have on Canyon Road to the east of the fire station to let the driving public know that we will be pulling out of our fire station. In addition to utilizing both lots, we have right here in this white space, we have basically a community room. It's about 1,000 square feet of space that is, we'll have tables, and we'll have some audiovisual equipment. We'll have everything that's needed for a neighborhood meeting, for fire training, for scouting, or whatever group may need to get together and have some space. It's getting more and more difficult to find that space, and we thought it would be a wonderful addition to the fire station. And that will be free to use and will be reserved through the fire department. We have to the southwest, we have the parking lot for that space, so you can see that our apparatus driveway and the driveway into this parking area do not conflict. And so we are extremely excited about the community room. Firefighters will use the back entrance. They will use the back stalls there. This is a pump house that's been in existence for quite some time. Here's another drawing, and you can get a better idea of the community room over here. The main entrance for the community would be right here on the west side of the building. Again, there'll be enough room for probably 40 people, maybe 50 if we don't set up tables. But a nice community meeting that will be for training, our CERT training, our CPR training, our Stop the Bleed training, all will take place up there from time to time. The community room will have a small prep area for refreshments, kind of a little kitchenette, so that if somebody wants to gather with a group of people and wants to serve something to drink, wants to serve refreshments, there'll be room for that. There'll be restrooms. There'll be somewhat of an envelope here, so people would be able to use the community room without the firefighters actually even being in the fire station. I also failed to mention the return of the fire pole. So right here, we will have stairways on both sides. And then from the living area, if we show you the living area up in here, from the living area after hours, probably the most efficient, effective way to get down to the apparatus floor will be coming over and using the fire pole that is right there. We'll come down the fire pole, exit onto the apparatus floor, and be able to move very quickly throughout the station. When you do fire station design, one of the important things is how quickly and efficiently firefighters can move from all parts of the fire station down to the apparatus floor, get on the engine, and clear the station. Our rule of thumb is we've got basically, they've got 1 minute to dispatch us, we've got 1 minute to get dressed, and we've got 4 minutes of travel time to hit every doorstep in the city of Provo in 6 minutes or less. That is our ultimate goal. And so we could not be more excited about breaking ground on this fire station. We anticipate that we will move out of here in early August. We are going up to the 3900 block of Canyon Road. There is a future park site up there where most Provo residents will identify this by the spring cleanup garbage bins, the large bins that are placed up there. That is where the temporary fire station will be. We anticipate being set up there by the middle of August, moving out of here, and we anticipate being there no longer than 10 months. The construction, the tear down and the construction of the new station, Leighton Construction tells us, will be about 8 to 10 months. And then we will be moving back here into this station. We'll be doing the ribbon cutting and the open house for our new community fire station. And then within 30 days after our moving out of there, we will be clear from that site, and park planning will likely begin not long after that. So we are excited about this. We are very grateful to the community for this opportunity, for their willingness to fund this, and we hope that the community loves its view and loves the way it looks, and it'll be a wonderful part of this part of our community.